Here are 10 secrets that you missed in the trailer for Need for Speed Unbound. At the very start, if you look closely, you can see a drawbridge in the background. We know this as it's slanted at either side over the center of the water. To 100% confirm this, one of the screenshots on EA's interactive map shows multiple of them within Lakeshore's main city area. These are a great addition to return to the game, as I'm sure many of the underground fans will definitely appreciate them. This next one, even I missed until I watched the trailer back at 0.25 speed. Yes, I actually did that, but we will be getting an airport on the map. If you slow the trailer down to this part at the beginning, you can see a sign pointing to an airport. Taking a look at the map, I feel like this location here is exactly where the airport will be set, as it's the only place that has an extra long straight road, which of course will be the runway. Hopefully, like a few of the previous games, we'll get a few race events located here. Drag racing looks to be making a hopeful return to the franchise since it was left out of Need for Speed Heat. At this part of the trailer, the player's car moves over to the left in a very similar way to how drag events worked in both of the Underground games. This one is more of a whim, but seeing as so many players want drag racing in the Need for Speed games, this looks very promising and hopefully it is the case. At the customization part in the trailer, some of you may recognize these creators' names on the car decals. Jay Pennant and Crowned are two of the community's most known digital artists, creating easily some of the best in-game shots I've ever seen. By the looks of it, they'll likely be working with Need for Speed in some way, more than likely with the art side of things. This also could imply that other large creators will likely have their logos or names as graffiti within Unbound, as we've seen this before in Need for Speed Heat. Different styles of license plates can also be seen throughout the trailer, with the more notable ones being A$AP Rocky's personal plate, as well as the player's Japanese plate. Another fan favourite event type, being Drift, also looks to be returning. There was a rumour just before that drag and drift events wouldn't be included with this year's game, but as you can see from this segment of the trailer, it looks pretty clear that this is a closed off drift event. Now of course it wouldn't be a Need for Speed game without police, as they have been in pretty much every modern Need for Speed game, so of course we expected them to be back. However, this time we can see a SWAT unit with a pretty beefy Ford F-150 Raptor. In IGN's interview with Criterion's creative director, Kieran states that the cops have their own strengths and weaknesses, meaning some will be stronger than others, putting SWAT units pretty high up on the list, so expect them to be at high heat levels. Bit of a unique one, but if you take a look at A$AP Rocky's custom E190, there is a aerial topper which, to what I remember, is the first for Need for Speed. Like the bumper deletes also shown on his car, hopefully this will be a fun little customization part for players if they really wish to add something like this to their ride. Stunt jumps are making a return once again, which we have seen in the early leaked footage, as well as this part within the trailer. If you also take a look at the interactive map and go to the 8th point of interest, being the mountain road, if you open up the image in a new tab and take a closer look, you can see one of the stunt jumps with a neon gate over it. And finally, although the trailer was well received, I've seen a lot of complaints about the cartoon effects in game. Well, some good news for those that aren't a fan of them, as they are completely optional to have on your car. In the trailer you can see one of the racers performing a J-turn to get away from the cops, but the tyre smoke that's coming from the vehicle looks to be completely normal and doesn't have any kind of the anime or cartoony effects on them. It's also shown again if you look at the pre-order incentives, with one of the bonuses being a driving effect. This will also apply to the wheel effects as well as any of the other effects in game that are an option. Personally, I actually really like the effects. I think they're pretty cool. It's something unique within the Need for Speed games, but at the same time I do also understand why some players may not like them. And there we go, those are 10 secrets within the trailer for Need for Speed Unbound. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again real soon.